Hi, and welcome to a new episode of Design for Humans, the podcast. And I'm very excited to have Tori Allen, a photographer and creative director, now based in Bloomfield, New Jersey.
Mm.
And welcome, Tori. Good to see you.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. Good to be seen.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful sunny day in New Jersey. It's been raining for 2 weeks, and now it looks like it looks actually like spring, and it's a very beautiful day. So
Right. It's like a great day to walk in the park.
definitely, and I appreciate you taking the
Hmm.
time to go inside for a little while and speak with me.
No problem. No problem.
So yeah, I just wanted to tell the audience how we met. So I like to sometimes work from cafes and co-working spaces because sometimes I just need to get away from my own house and the Zoom meetings and see real humans. And I think there's just something refreshing about working in a place where other people are also working. Then it makes me actually want to do work because I see these other people are working. I should probably be working myself. And so I went to this new coffee cafe in Bloomfield. I think it's been there for about a year, and it's a beautiful cafe. And it really felt like walking into a living room, and it just felt like this is a good spot to connect with people. So I think we were just having a coffee and we started talking, right?
Yes, it's one of my favorite cafes, and I go there often. Because it does feel like you like walked into the living room. It's great service. The owner is there most of the time you go, and everything that the owner put into the cafe is intentional, down to the mug you drink your chai tea latte from.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really appreciate it. And you excuse me. Yeah, you were sitting there. There's a table there, and I feel like you were very intentional with like networking. You spoke up. Excuse me. You spoke up. You said something. We're in the same industry, and it is great to be at a place where people are working and getting things done. Because being in the house, you can go stir crazy. I'm not someone who really likes working at home. Yeah, so it's really energizing to go to a place to start work and then go home. But it's also great that you can also meet people in that cafe. There are a lot of people in and out who have great things going on. So it's nice to meet you as part of that crowd.
Yeah, no, it's I love how these connections kind of happen, and then we spoke, and then um, we kind of I was really happy to work with you on. You took some photos of me, but first I just want to tell the audience what you do.
Hmm.
Um, I mentioned you're a photographer and creative director, but I would love to hear a little bit more about where you're from and how you came into working with photography and design.
Yeah, so I am from Atlanta, Georgia. I grew up in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta, Tennessee, and Alabama. Went to school in Alabama. But after I finished school, I wanted to travel. And in that traveling, I worked in photography or I took pictures all the time. I feel like at my core, I'm a documentarian and photography is my route of documenting. Um, and soon I'll get more into long form content, more like documentaries and music videos. But right now, photography is my focus, and it's what I'm putting my heart into. And how I got into it was my mom had photo albums when I was younger, and I loved seeing it. I loved seeing the progression of my life, of her life. From such a young age, and I feel like we're evolving creatures, and each moment, each shot adds to your story in some way. So I love capturing people's moments, their candid moments, even their framed moments, the moments that they want to step in the camera, look in the face of the camera and say, I want to remember this moment because I feel great in this moment because I just graduated, or I just turned another year older, or this is my wedding day, you know?
So you started taking photos while you were traveling and out and about, and then did you start with your phone, or did you invest in a camera, or
So I really started in college. Like
yeah,
when I got to college, one of my my aunts, shout out to Auntie Cent, thank you. She bought me a little pink camera, and it was like so I have a camera here. So I'll say it was about this size, like minus the lens. Like if you just took this lens off,
Yeah.
it was about the same size as this camera. And I took it everywhere. I was taking pictures of everywhere. And people just got used to it. Like I had friends who like when new people came around us, they were like, "Oh, that's just what she does. She just takes pictures." And then somewhere along the way, like after graduating and somewhere along the way someone said photographer and I was like, "Oh, I mean, I guess photographers do what I do." Like, and and I think that is a I don't want to jump ahead, but that's I think part of getting into working as a small business or working on your own and entrepreneurship. I think it's first claiming the title.
Yeah.
Like claim the title.
Like to say that I'm now a photographer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because what I do is take pictures and I have a reason for why I take pictures. It means something to me why I take pictures. And as I continue to do it, my pictures become better and better and I become better at this. So at some point, you have to acknowledge who you are and the work you've done and recognize that what you're doing is photography. Like, and I think the idea of going to school is preached to us, especially I'm a millennial, and it's preached go to school and then you will get a stamp of approval that you are now qualified to go work and to do. But as soon as you feel so like so capable and you put action behind those feelings, that you qualify yourself. And I think the idea of school is excellent. School is excellent because it does help you get somewhere. And it's cool to know that, oh, I know you've been through this training, so I know you would probably be a good worker for me. But no, we have to qualify ourselves because whether you go through school or not, you still have to come to that reckoning that I am qualified.
I think you have a very good point. I think it's very powerful what you said that, yeah, the people that can give us the stamp of approval is not other people, but it's ourselves. We can decide to, I'm a photographer, I'm a motion designer, and I've met so many people that haven't gone to school, or even my own brother, he's been working for 15 years as a motion designer. Shout out to Sean. Um, and he taught himself,
Hmm.
and I met so many people that really, like even Tony Robbins, he hasn't gotten any education and he's has 150 companies, and it's very much about like if you wait for approval for other people to now you can use this title, then we're gonna have a we will be waiting a long time. So I think it's a very good point. And now with YouTube and online teaching, I think it's going to change the way schooling is being used, and you could basically you could build up your own education from YouTube and online courses, and just by real life practice. So very good point.
Yeah, I think that students, people in general, need to identify their talents.
Yeah,
Like, that is something I feel like is crucial. It's the beginning point.
yeah,
Whether you're in high school, whether you're in middle school, like, whether you're a 50-year-old woman or a 50-year-old man, identify your talents. What are you good at? What do people compliment you on? That you are almost surprised that someone's complimenting you about. Like, oh, yeah, I did do that, didn't I? Like, what comes naturally to you? What do you like doing that comes naturally to you? Could you see yourself doing that, like, on a Monday, on a Tuesday, and a Wednesday? Like, could you do that on a regular basis? Like, identify the problem that needs to be solved. Like, is there a gap? Is no one in your town doing this thing? Is no one in your neighborhood doing this thing? Is that restaurant over there not doing this thing? Like maybe marketing. Like, do they need more traction? How could you fill a hole? Like, how does your natural gifts, like, identify your natural gifts, identify the natural holes or the gaps that need to be solved, and then decide how you would start doing that. like how you could do that, and then figure out a way to tell people about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have some time where you kind of didn't want to use the title photographer? Did you feel some kind of imposter syndrome that now I can't use that? And what was the deciding factor that made you start using? Okay, I'm gonna call myself a photographer. What did something change, or was it just a decision?
Oh, absolutely. I felt imposter syndrome. In fact, I think I told people about imposter syndrome a lot, and I didn't even know what it really was when I started experiencing it. Um, I think that it's that echo of, am I really qualified? Is it, am I good enough? Is that like that questioning of yourself, what makes me special? Like what makes me valuable? Like how, as a photographer, like in whatever lane you've chosen. So yeah, I definitely questioned, like, I mean, I just like taking pictures. Can I really call myself a photographer? But I think it really came into a challenge when people started saying like, how long have you been doing this? And I had to, like, well, I could say 2 years, or I could say from when I really started doing this, which was 2013, because
Yeah,
then that would be like when I started telling people I was a photographer, that would have been 10 years,
yeah,
like, because it was like 2023. But to go back and answer your question, like, when did I start taking it seriously? I, um, I was living in Madrid, and I, because as soon as I finished college, the first thing I wanted to do was travel abroad. I was like, it was important to me to go get a different perspective and learn the world, and then come back home and feel like, okay, I've weighed the pros and the cons, and I am an American that's thought about things basically. And but anyway, when I was overseas, I decided that I wanted to work, and I was overseas and I couldn't work because I was there on a student visa. I was teaching English. Um, and I met someone. I met a black girl who lived abroad, and she had her own business, and I thought that was amazing. She lived in Madrid and she had her own business, and I was just like so impressed. And I was like, well, how can I do that? So I was like, well, go get training. Like, was like, okay. I was like, well, if I want to do this, go get that stamp of approval, essentially. Like go do that, and then get your business registered, and then move back abroad. So that was kind of the plan. So I went to New York Film Academy,
okay,
and I started in the directing program, and my mindset was focused on becoming a documentary film director. And that was an expensive program, and I was about to have to pay for my film too. Like,
yeah,
while I paid for the school, and I was gonna have to pay to have my film made while I was in school, it's like, this is not gonna work. So I switched to, I had to sit with myself and like reconsider things, and I was like, I am good at photography, and they have a photography program, and I want a method of making money right now. And I realized, even in this moment, I'm still like, I realized that it's the thing that I've been doing the longest. It's the thing that nobody asked me to do. It's the thing that I would do for free. It's the thing that, like, I enjoyed, and I was like, okay, so I will put effort and energy into this thing and market myself on this thing. And so I signed up for their photography program, and it was very helpful. It really awakened the artist in me. Um so yeah, I appreciate that.
so what did you learn that you didn't have before in terms of that photography program?
So I think what I understood was like the art world. Like before, I was taking pictures, like I knew how to capture a moment, and I think intuitively knew how to tell a story with the pictures, but I didn't realize how many people had done this before, like with cameras. Like I didn't know the world of photography. I didn't know any famous photographers. I didn't know any historical photographers who had been doing this. I didn't know the movements that I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hello? The computer what am I didn't know the people who had done this before. I didn't know the movements or the difference that photography had made in the world. So I kind of was studying that. I didn't know how creative people got with photography.
Yeah. Okay.
Like there was a photographer I learned about, I wish I knew her name,
Yeah.
but she had a family portrait, right? And I wish I had a picture, but she dressed up like she took this family portrait and each member of the family, she recreated the photo and dressed up as each member of the family,
Oh. Wow.
and like it was her face but like her dad, like dressed like her dad or dressed like her mom, and each one of them. And I don't remember why she did that, but I just was like, wow, people get so creative with this. There was a photographer, I also don't remember her name, but she went to different demographics and got to know the people of that community. She went to Puerto Rico and started to live like a Puerto Rican. And
Okay.
then after about 6 months of doing so, she took a photo of herself, like the version of herself she became in that community. She went to some extremes by doing this in a couple different communities, and she took a photo of herself, like in the
Oh.
version of herself that she embodied during that. And I
Whoa.
was like, wow.
That's almost a combination of acting, method acting, and photography, and like being like studying people and like anthropologists. Just yeah.
Right. And that was amazing to me. I was like, oh, I thought photography was in this one box,
Yeah.
and it is not. Like, and I have all these different versions of myself, film director, like a storyteller, or like, actual photographer that I'm trying to contend with, and
Yeah.
to see other people who I'm also someone who studies people, like to see anthropologists, like all embodied in one person, and the
Yeah.
cool thing she has done with that, it's yeah. So it was cool to learn about other actors and I mean, not other actors, other photographers
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what they have done. Mhm.
Yeah. Uh, Nice. Would you mind just taking me through how you started your company and what you focus on in your business in terms of photography and creative direction, and what kind of services that you offer in your photography business?
So the beginning of me starting my company was definitely in my photography program, because they taught me about like what I was just sharing, the different artists and whatnot, but also like how to get like how to do the business side of it. So we set up a website. Like I would set up a website, and I want to be clear. I think this can be done in a school program or outside of a school program.
Yeah.
So this is I'm gonna frame it in the way that someone who's not in school or whatnot, start a website. You can get one through. Uh, I have an Adobe account. And through Adobe, you have the whole suite. So that comes with the Adobe Premiere, which is the video editing side, or Photoshop, Lightroom, both photography packages. And then it also has Adobe Portfolio, which is a website builder.
Yeah.
You could do Squarespace or whatever online portfolio. You need a portfolio. I would say
Yeah.
you need a portfolio of your work. And once you take your work, put it on whatever portfolio you decide, whatever website you decide. And also, Instagram is another portfolio
Yeah.
where you can put your portfolio. So you decided what you're like the problem that you're solving, which is, you know, uh, I will say this: pick the problem you want to solve. What are you doing? Is it photography? And inside photography, what niche are you trying to do? So for me, I love events. I love cultural events. I love learning about people. I love learning about their traditions. But I also love music. And I love music videos coming to life, or music coming to life through music videos. So I am finding my way through taking pictures of events. I'm finding my way of like taking pictures of band members and band events and like their album covers and just their promotional material. These are things that I'm personally passionate about, cultural events, music, and I'm finding my way through that. Um and also decide what you're willing to do. Like I'll do someone's birthday party, or I'll do someone's like portrait, like birthday outfit portrait. Um, put it on a portfolio, Instagram or whatnot, and then tell people about it. Like, like you said something to me in a cafe, and I was open and willing to tell you what I'm doing, what I'm working on, and sharing myself and introducing myself as a photographer. And because I have a portfolio, I also had something to show you that
Yeah.
I've done. I had evidence of what I'm doing. And then the last thing I would say is connect with people. Like definitely connect with people like you or just other people who are doing what you're doing because they reinforce it. I had after leaving school, it was hard to get my mind set right
Yeah.
for like getting out there. And I connected with other people who, like, I have a friend who like he likes cars and he goes to automobile races and he takes pictures of that. I have a friend, uh, I have a couple friends in that group and they take pictures of different things. I have a friend who likes landscape. Like they don't necessarily like people like that, but they like taking pictures of nature.
Yeah.
So connecting with other people in your field is helpful. And then reflecting on like I've done some shoots and I went home and reflected on like what are the things that went how I wanted and how can I improve in that and yeah.
Right, yeah. I think it's very fascinating that you focus on event photography and also especially music concerts. Would you share a little bit about what goes into taking photos of a concert? Kind of the preparations? Do you
Mm.
meet with the band beforehand? Do you have a specific approach while the concert is on? Do you focus on the band or also the audience? What kind of how is the process if I'm a if I have a band, I'm just organizing a concert and I'm contacting you. How is the process and your approach in terms of taking photos of a concert?
So the concert, the first thing I think about when I think about concerts, I think about light. I'm
Okay.
like, what is the light going to be like in this
Yeah.
location?
Yeah.
So if I can, I want to find out what the venue is, and then I would look up the venue, look up pictures that have been taken there, and see what the lighting look like. What can I scope? And if I can even call the venue, ask them if I can come by and get a look, find out what their lighting equipment is like. The person who's there they may know exactly what you're asking about and be able to say this, and that, or they may be like, what? So just being very specific and asking if you could see it. Um, but also having a flash is important, so you can maintain it for yourself. I would like to meet with the band members to get an idea of like their personality, what they like, and what their songs, and if they have a song set list, so I know what are their it like what are their most comfortable songs, like what's your new song,
Yeah.
right? And also what's your most comfortable song, so I can know like okay, they're probably going to be very comfortable in these, let me get pictures of this. Or a new song, they might be very excited because it's new for them, so like I know I want to get pictures of these. And in the audience, when I'm taking the pictures and then at the night of taking them, I want to see each band member. So I try to get a picture of each band member, like one solid picture that I think I'm like, oh yes, I captured them. Um, and then I want a group shot, like where I'm like capturing the group, the band, and it's even better if the members of the band are like looking at each other, like like some type of interaction between them. I definitely want a crowd shot. I want like three crowd shots,
Okay.
like maybe two different angles, so you can kind of get an idea of the crowd. Um, and then if you add a video in, get a video of the crowd to show the energy that that the band is producing. Get a little video of the band, especially if you're advertising this to the band and saying I can help you in your promotional material. Yeah, get a video of the band saying like, "Oh, this is what you guys look like," and that was exciting. Getting a picture of the venue. Like I went to one venue and it was amazing. They had different trinkets all over the walls. It was just so fascinating.
Yeah.
So getting pictures of the different venues,
Yeah.
like little, it could be, um, and I'm going very technical here,
Yeah. No, I
but
think it's great. Great.
if you have a lot of like, okay, what we have right now, this is like a close up.
Yeah.
We're in a close up range. So I want to have a full body shot of each band member. But you can get a wide shot being like everyone in the room or at least all the band members,
Yeah.
and then like all the crowd members if depending
Yeah.
on how big or small the concert is. But when it comes to like adding to the overall look of this event, if you're curating this on an Instagram post or something afterward, you want small details too. So you want like close-ups of little things like, oh, they had, I don't know, something cute on the wall,
Yeah.
like, and you get a close-up shot of that, or like get shots that are wide that encapsulate everything, but also detailistic that come in that make the eye like excited. It's not boring. It's not static. It's fluid. So yeah.
So you're really focusing on getting all of the different angles, the wide shots, the details, capturing the energy, capturing the each person, band
Hmm.
member's personality, and kind of and really like capturing that event in photos, and
Yeah.
while also taking videos as well. So
Yeah. Getting a
yeah,
couple videos in there. Maybe taking pictures of the instruments or the band
yeah,
members before they go on or right after they get off. Like
yeah,
really telling the story
yeah,
of this night.
yeah. Got it. Okay. And then you mentioned also you want to get into making music videos. Uh,
Hmm.
if any thoughts about how that process is, or how is that? I'm imagining that's a pretty big project, and it will take a long time to really produce that correctly. But how would you go about working with a band on a music video, for example?
Okay, so that I would want to meet with the band
Yeah,
or like um the person or one representative from the
yeah,
team
yeah,
and really think through what the project is. Like, what's the message of the song? I'm gonna listen to the song. I'm gonna read the lyrics of the song. Um, I'm gonna ask them, and this is kind of me putting my director cap on.
yeah,
This would be like, what is the feelings that they feel when they feel the song, right? And then, me like putting my energy on it. I'm gonna think about what I see, like what picture is coming to my mind when I'm listening to the song. What am I visually seeing? What am I feeling? Because music to me is about feeling. Like what feelings are like coming am I being are being brought up, and then talk to the band members and like tell them, okay, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm feeling. What if we told the story in this way? Because I feel like you could do a music video in a narrative format where
yeah,
the song is a story and you're expounding on that story from beginning to end, or you can do conceptual,
yeah,
like this is the feeling, and that feeling could be displayed in many different ways. Artists can go very far in
yes,
their
yeah,
creative telling.
yeah,
So you could decide like how you want that said.
yeah,
After you decide that, decide what you have access to. Like every one of these videos is like project management. Like if you're a project manager or you're a problem solver, that's like you solve the problem until you have no more problems. All right, so you've decided what you like in the song, what you want to show. What resources do you have access to? Do you have buildings that you have access to? Do you want to do if you don't have buildings, then can we do this in the park? If
yeah,
we can do it in the park, are there certain permits that you need? What days can we do this? is the weather going to permit? If you have a building that you can do it, what are the rules along being in that building? Does it have to be quiet after a certain time? What are the rules around that? What are the lighting? The lighting is a whole ball game.
Yeah, it's very key for photography, for sure.
What technology do you have?
Yeah,
Do you have a camera? Do you have a tripod? Do you want this to be handheld? Um,
yeah,
yeah, I'm like going down the steps, but
yeah. That's
yeah.
it's a complex task for sure. I can hear.
hmm
Um,
Get a team. Get a team.
get a
That's what I would
team.
say
Yeah,
for
got it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So now I just want to jump back to when we started speaking, and then I said I would love to have some headshots for my business, for my website, for my LinkedIn profile, and then we met up outside in that cafe, and you took some really good photos of me. I really appreciate that. Um, what should people be aware of when working with you in terms of headshots, and what is your process in terms of capturing the essence of a professional that they can use on the website, on LinkedIn? How what should you think about before coming to you, and how will you take your client through that process so you make sure you capture them in the way that they want to be captured?
I think that with the client, if we've already negotiated that we're doing this, we're meeting up, we're gonna take these pictures, I think the client should know what you want to wear. Like, and
Yeah,
we could talk about what colors look good, but I think it's important that you're wearing something that you feel comfortable in. Like, because confidence is key. Like,
yeah,
and confidence is comfortability in your skin. So we don't walk around in our skin solely. So pick some clothes that you feel comfortable in, and that being your skin for the day. So like knowing that your outfit is what you look like, your hair is looking like what you want
yeah,
it to look like, and then we can talk about what locations we want to do that at. And headshots, they're relatively simple. I'll bring my camera and we'll take some pictures. I'll interact with you. Know that I'm gonna talk to you a bit, and yeah, it should be a quick process. We get the goal, and we walk away happy.
do you run what is the biggest challenge that you can run into when taking headshots? Like for me, it's I have a really hard time smiling without some
Mm.
kind of prompt. So if I just smile, it's gonna look super fake. So I ask you to, can you say something funny or say something, because then I can smile in a natural way. What do people do you run into some kind of challenges with different people that you then solve in a specific way to address that challenge?
Yep, people are generally uncomfortable in front of the camera.
Okay.
Like, I've done many headshots, and I'll watch people. Like, as soon as they step
Yeah.
in front of the camera, the comfortability goes down 30%. Like,
Oh, okay.
not everyone,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a pattern.
You could see that. Yeah. Okay.
It's yes, evident. And
Is it
so
different? Sorry, is it? Do you see a difference if you take just your iPhone or like a big real camera? Is it the same reaction?
that's a great question. Not much. I
Okay.
would say like maybe a slight difference, but
Okay.
no, not much. As soon as someone knows that they're being watched,
Yeah. Okay.
they're aware of that, and they know that what you're saying could be captured
Yeah.
and shown. It's it's unnerving, I think. And I think yeah, so you know what? Going back, I'm glad you asked that. Going back, if someone wanted to like get their headshots and they wanted to work and they were trying to be very prepared for that day, I would say I would have the client look in the mirror in the morning
Yeah.
for at least 30 seconds. Like really smile at yourself. Like get comfortable with what you see in the mirror. Whether it's what you want to be in your life or not, whether you want to gain or lose 10 pounds, get comfortable with whatever version of yourself you are that day for at least 30 seconds to a minute, and then come with that picture in your mind. And then I will capture the picture when you get to me.
Got it. Okay. So when you work, what is the most important thing for you in your work as a photographer?
People. I
People.
love
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And I want people to feel good. I
Yeah.
want people to know that they're valued. I also really want a good image.
Yeah.
I want this, like I said before, I am a documentarian, and I want years down the line that if someone's seeing this image, they're able to remember that person
Yeah.
in the picture in a fond way. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so
People, I
that's
think that's a great answer. And in your experience, what is the most important aspect for your clients when they work with you?
well, I think they want a quality image.
Yeah.
Like as I said before, are trying to solve a problem. So if they
Mm.
want a headshot, they're looking for something for their LinkedIn, or they're
Yeah.
looking for something for their Facebook or their dating profile or their whatever they're using this headshot for. They want it to be a picture that of themselves that they're proud of.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm here to capture. Because I think that every person has a Michelangelo within inside them,
Yeah.
and I'm just trying to uncover it with my camera.
Nice. I think
So,
that's a beautiful way to
yeah.
put it, for sure. Um, Jumping to a different topic that we also briefly spoke about in the cafe. Does AI, is it possible to ignore? What are your thoughts about AI photography and where AI is going to take images and photography in general?
When I think about I say, strap in, hold on, because it's gonna be possibly a bumpy ride. But get on the ride. Like,
Yeah.
don't be left behind. That's what I
Yeah.
would say. This AI is here and it's continuing to grow. Understand, if you see it as an enemy, understand your enemy. Like, be able to understand it. If you
Yeah.
see it as a tool, then understand your tool.
Yeah.
Like, um, I'll just say what my pros and my cons are. Because
Yeah.
my cons, I'm concerned because I see commercials and I see people, I'm like, that's not a real person. Like, and I can,
Yes. Yeah.
like, I can tell that that's not a person. Because AI is getting close to where it could, mimic a person's face, like mimic a person's body movements.
Yeah.
And that's concerning.
Yeah.
For many reasons. Just because, like, with me wanting to document things as and taking a picture being static,
Yeah.
if you see a picture of it, well, it happened. Like, the tree did fall. There was someone taking a picture of it in the forest.
Yeah.
But if now AI can just make up this tree, like, did the tree really fall in the forest? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Like, that's concerning for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that there are times where I'm trying to create in like I have a vision. Like, if I'm saying, like, for a music video and I'm conceptualizing a project with someone and I'm like, okay, I want um a woman floating through, I want something that looks like a woman floating through the crowds, and this is the location I have. I can take the picture of the location and say, like, describe how I want the picture to look, and then feed that to AI, and it show me like a mock photo that I now can go and create because I have like an idea. It helped create a rough draft for like how I could accomplish this in this scenario. Um, so I mean, it can be very helpful. It's just I think that understand that every time you text something, you're giving something. So it giving me the ability, like knowing how to make that photo, it cut out the muscle work that I would have to do on my own to figure that out. So if I know that, maybe you use AI for this project, but make sure you practice your skills. Make sure you know the fundamentals of photography. Make sure you know the fundamentals of problem solving, and have fun with creativity.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you practice this so that you are not losing your ability to think on your feet. You are not losing your ability to uh problem solve in a situation where you don't know the solution and you lean onto AI all the time. But at the same time, if you have help, use the help. Like,
Yeah.
because it can push your creativity too. Because now there are so many more things that you weren't thinking about that you could try to recreate. And yeah, with Photoshop, it can remove, like, if you took a picture and it was amazing, but you had that one little thing in it, it can remove that or it could tweak that. So, I appreciate that. Hmm.
Got it. I think that was great. Speaking about your advice for photographers, like you said, you should practice, get good at the craft. Do you have any other thoughts about the mindset needed for entrepreneurs to start a business within the creative
Mm.
world? Do you have any good advice in terms of what you need to to, um, what kind of mindset you need and what kind of advice you would tell them to really think about?
I think when you go into business on your own, you are selling yourself. You're selling your capabilities and your skills. So you need to be sure of those skills.
Yeah.
Because when people talk to you, if you're not sure of yourself, they can hear it. We naturally can hear it. If you're saying, I think I could do this, I mean, I might be able to just use your words
Yeah.
wisely. And I think that it comes with really being stable in the fact that you believe that you can do what you do. I, Confidence is the first thing. I think confidence is a skill. It's not something that people are just born with. Some
Yeah.
people are,
Yeah.
but it is something that you can practice and you can build. Understand your confidence level and know how to improve that, because
Yeah.
that is your marketing. That's the biggest asset to your marketing tool. So that's the first thing I would say.
Got it. Okay.
Learn how to trust your internal guidance, which I think is what would help with confidence. Whether whatever faith you have, whether it's spiritual or not, like, you do have to be able to trust your decision making skills with no one else's voice interrupting it. Because people will tell you what has always been, but the people who have done something revolutionary are always doing something that has never been done before. So no one can tell you how to live your story and your life and create your vision. So you really have to get clear with that, with feeling confident in yourself and knowing how to trust your gut, and understand that those are hard things, but they have been done before. So you can study the people who have done it before. Like, who are the people you admire, and the ones who have done something revolutionary for you in your field and whatever. Listen to them, because
Yeah.
a lot of people have left records, interviews, books, autobiographies telling how they did that. Listen to them. um Understand you're gonna fail sometimes, and not only are you gonna fail, it's a good thing. Like, when you make mistakes, understand that mistakes are the broken glass that make up your stained glass window. Think of it as
Nice.
that, as something beautiful that is taking place, not the end of your story. No mistake is the end of your story. The end of your story is the end of your story. Like, so do not stop. Keep going. If you make a mistake, wow, what do we learn from that?
Yeah, but I think that's a very beautiful way to put it with the stained glass. I think in Asia, maybe it's Japan, they have something with if you break a cup, then they rebuild it with golden kind of glue, and it's like a symbol of the experience that you learned from that mistake. So I think that's very beautiful put with the stay-in window.
That is very cool. Yes, exactly. Exactly that. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, nice.
And I would say, get outside.
Yeah,
Do not stay in your mind doing this whole thing. Once
yeah,
you have a plan, once you've picked your problem, once you have created your evidence of solving it, Go tell people. Go talk to people. There
Yeah.
is people. There are people looking for you. Tell yourself that because they are. There are people looking for you in your skill set. People who need your help solving the problem, or people who want to work on your team and help solve the problem that you're solving. Go find
Yeah.
those people. Get outside. Find your team.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice. I think that was some very good advice, very powerful advice. So
Thank you.
appreciate that. Um, so now we are approaching the end of our talk here. Really, I think we had a great talk, and I'm so excited to, like, this would not have happened if I hadn't been to that cafe and we hadn't connected. So really, I can, like, for all of you guys out there, just like if you see somebody, say hi, and you never know what might happen. You may working together, you may connect in other ways, or you may meet up on a podcast. So it's I see so many people. I went to New York today. People walk like this all the time, and sometimes I catch myself in walking like this and editing photos. But sometimes put that phone away, turn it off, buy a camera, look for other people's eyes, and connect with them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, so, is there anything that I didn't ask you about that you want to talk a little bit about?
Um, I'll just give you three text resources I would suggest. I love YouTube, so find
Yeah.
someone on YouTube who's inspirational, who can speak to your soul. I have been reading the book Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
Great book.
I have it right behind me. So yes,
Oh
you you,
wow.
you should read. My one of my coaches said he is reading it every year. So I have it actually right behind my screen. So yeah, amazing book.
And The Artist Way.
Artist way. Okay.
Yeah, I think Think and Grow Rich will really help you get in the mindset of making money, and The Artist Way will really get into the mindset of your skill set, like how to unlock your natural abilities and your skill set. And I say go forth and prosper.
Got it. And where can people find you if they want to work with you, look at your work? Where can they connect with you?
So I have a website, Tori Nicole.com, and you spell it Nicole Nacol and Tori Tori. So ToriNacol.com. And you could also find me on Instagram at Tori Tori dot Nicole Nacol on Instagram. And
Okay.
these would be the main ways to interact with me.
Okay. So I'm gonna put your link in the show notes as well, so people can find you there. Um, but I really enjoyed speaking to you. Thank you so much, Tori. It was great. And I look forward to seeing you soon around Montclair and Bloomfield area for hopefully a coffee soon.
Absolutely.
So
Sounds great.